Hello everyone. Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Omodesola and this is synopsis of case study. So in this video we'll be talking about financial analysis. So I'm going to be teaching you all about financial analysis in 10 minutes. Please, if you have not subscribed, kindly hit the subscribe button, turn on your notification bell and share this video to every and anyone that you know will benefit. So let's jump right in to today's video. So what are we talking about today? So today we're talking about financial analysis. So financial analysis basically is just the process of examining the financial information of a company in order to make decisions. That's just basically it. So you're examining the financial statement, the financial position of the company, the financial information generally, in order to do what? In order to make decisions, in order to advise for a reason. Basically, so financial analysis is not something that you just wake up one day and you're like, oh, I feel like doing a financial analysis, or I feel like carrying out the financial analysis. No, it doesn't work that way. You carry out financial analysis basically towards to fulfill a purpose or to make a decision, or as the case may be. So financial analysis involves analyzing the previous events that's occurred or that have occurred in the company, the viability of a project that is currently being considered in the company, that the company is currently considering, or the use of models. So financial analysis basically involves three major things. That's financial analysis under ICAN, like ICAN syllabus, basically involves three major things. The first one is what? Analyzing the previous events that have happened in the company. And this is where you have your financial statement analysis. We're going to be looking at the categories shortly. And then we have what? Analyzing the viability of projects that is currently being considered in the company. And you also have what? The use of models. So basically, so let's look at the categories. Then all these things, the definition, all these major things I highlighted, we're going to see it in the categories basically. So we have three categories of financial analysis. We have the financial statement analysis, the financial data analysis, and the strategic analysis. So now financial statement analysis is what just basically involves analyzing the previous events that have occurred in the company. Now your financial statements, most times you have a financial statement of profit or loss for the year ended. You have your statement of financial position as at so year, right? So most times the information that you have in your financial statement are information that has it contains basically, your financial statement contains information of events that have happened in the past, like the sales that occurred last year, the purchases that occurred last year, the opening stock that happened last year, or the assets that we have already in the company, the liabilities that we already have. So things that have occurred, events that have happened, events that have taken place already. So financial statement analysis basically involves analyzing the past of the company. Then financial data analysis involves analyzing the current events happening in the company. Okay, what is the project we're about to take on? What is the contract that we're considering to accept? So basically that's just it. So financial data analysis is what? Analyzing the financial data of the company to determine whether they should embark on a project, to determine whether they should embark on or accept a contract or a business proposal, as the case may be. So that's just financial data analysis. So you're analyzing the financial data of the contracts, you're analyzing the financial data of the project using MPV, using payback period, using contribution. It could be, there's so many financial analysis too, basically. Then strategic analysis basically is the use of models. You have your PESTEL, you have your SWOT, you have your Porter's 5 forces model. You have so many models. So basically the use of models to make decisions, to analyze complex. Like now SWOT, you analyze the strengths, you analyze the weakness, you analyze the opportunities and the threats, right? That's the internal and the external, right? So basically that's what strategic analysis is. So now financial analysis involves these three. Everything revolves around these three. So I use an illustration here that can help us to actually understand. Now this is a little boy, right? We have a little boy here, we have a man, then an old man. So this is like the life cycle of a man, like how man evolves from childhood to adulthood to old age, right? So financial statement analysis is like, analyzing. So imagine now currently your current state is your adulthood, right? So you are currently in your adulthood phase. So this phase, when you were a young person or you were in your childhood, that's your past. right? That's your past. So financial statement analysis involves analyzing your past. That's your childhood phase. So it's something that you can just an illustration for you to understand. Then financial data analysis is analyzing currently. What is the current contract I want to take on? What is the current project I want to embark on? Oh, what are the business proposals that are currently possible for me to actually dive in, and all of that. Do you get? So then the strategic analysis is using models to assess the future, to make future decisions. For instance, why would you want to know the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and the threats? That's the SWOT analysis. Why would you want to know all that of a company? Yes, you want to know all that about the company because you want to know how to advise them. I want to know, okay, what are the strengths of the company so that the company can leverage on it. What are the weaknesses of the company so that the company can also leverage on it? Oh, what are the opportunities that we can actually take advantage of or exploit? What are the threats that we should actually run away from or we should ignore or try to avoid in that sense? So all these things, SWOT analysis basically is just the tool that helps us to analyze different aspects of a company to make future decisions. So when you're looking at strategic analysis, is the use of models basically to assess the future of the company, assess future events of the company, or to make decisions concerning future events of the company. That's better. So this life cycle of a man helps us understand financial analysis. So financial statement analysis is your childhood, financial data analysis is now, that's your current state, and then your old age is your strategic analysis. So this is just an illustration. You don't need all of this. I'm not going to be explaining all of this in your case study report, but you know, if the purpose of a thing is not known, abuse is inevitable. So all these things are just for you to actually understand. So the financial statement analysis basically is your requirements. One, that's your first requirement, and the requirement can be general or specific requirements. And I was explaining here that specific requirements are requirements that will tell you, oh, evaluate profitability, liquidity, and solvency. So the examiner sometimes will tell you exactly what you should actually do, exactly what you are expected to do. But then there's sometimes that the examiner will just tell you, evaluate the financial statements. Evaluating the financial statements, I can decide to what? I can decide to use trend analysis, I can decide to use ratio analysis, I can decide to do profitability and liquidity alone, I can decide to do profitability and solvency alone. So it depends on me. So that's flexible. So the requirements can be specific or general. Then after interpreting the analysis, you have also to make conclusions and recommendations. Very, very important. You have to give conclusions and recommendations. That's after all the interpretation of your financial statement analysis, after interpretation of your ratios, interpretation of trend, or whatever financial analysis tool that you have used, the calculations that you have in your appendix section. So you're going to interpret it, then make conclusions and recommendations. Now, the financial data analysis, this is usually your second requirement, and it is basically going to be about the project or a contract that the company wants to embark on. So they will tell you, oh, company XYZ wants to accept project ABC, or company XYZ wants to embark on a federal government project or contract, wants to know whether to accept the federal government special order. So you as a financial accountant, the experts, you are supposed to use financial tools to actually assess that project. Now, the financial analysis tool that you will use depends on the information you are giving. For instance, if you are giving information about cost of capital, you have initial costs, you have annual costs, annual inflows. When you have information like that, you know you're tending towards net present value, right? So the information that you have will determine the best financial analysis tool that you're going to use. So there's no, it must be NPV or it must be payback period. No, that's not the case. Depending, in fact, some case studies don't even need any NPV. So basically, that's just what financial data analysis is. And strategic analysis involves the use of models. So here you're using models to actually assess the company in order to must make future decisions, like we said earlier. And now, please, strategic analysis must and only must be done when required by the examiners. Examiners have been complaining over and over again that people have been, a common pitfall is students doing model when they did not ask them to do model. So please do strategic analysis only and only when you're asked to do it. The examiner will put it in the requirements, and then you draw your model in the appendix section, and then you interpret it in the body of the report. So in conclusion, your ICAN case study will cover the financial statement analysis, financial data analysis, and strategic analysis where needed. So, and strategic analysis should only be done when the examiner requires it. So did you learn a lot today? So thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you in my next class. Bye.